TikTok multiple times at the Ren Fair last year. It was really weird.
You were what multiple times?
Recognized at the Ren Fair from people like knowing my TikTok presence.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, on that...
Actually,
A friend of mine sent me a
Comic-Con,
text.
Somebody was like, "Your throws explode," and I was like, "Yeah."
Lauren, do you not hear
And
that
he's like-
KJ was just talking?
Clearly.
No,
not.
I didn't.
It's okay. It wasn't important.
No, I'm
No,
sorry, you're
KJ,
not
you
gonna-
are worthwhile. We value you.
Also, hi everybody. Welcome to Lost Lore Academia, Chapter 5. My name is Philip, and I'm long lost lore, and surrounding me are the players for this game, whom I torment by going live too early. This time we heard Dan bragging about how he was recognized, and then I chastised someone for interrupting someone else.
I wasn't bragging. I was saying, isn't this funny?
What a fun, lighthearted energy we have. How's everyone doing tonight?
Good.
Right.
Good.
Great. We're
sick. So if I happen to cough, it's a ghost trying to get into my body.
Most likely.
Is the ghost trying to get in or come out with the cough?
Both.
I think
Oh.
Nova would hope that one would finally possess her. But well, good stuff. I'm very excited to get into this. Get into tonight's game. Got a few things to do. I will very quickly open my magical space dice window for today, which I believe is window number 5, and I'll find it really quickly. Don't you worry. Very easy. Yep. All good. Got it right here. Yep. Cool. Ooh, actually, these are cool. These are starry dice. So there you go. Very just covered in stars. You know. Boom. Great. If
Amazing.
those come up, it's that. You know,
Neat.
do people still want me to open dice on these things? Maybe no one cares.
Hell yeah, baby.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm enjoying
Open
it.
that shit.
Well, we are all made of stars. That was by a song. I dropped it. It was a D4, so it's basically a caltrop on the ground. Someone will step on it and injure themselves.
But what did you roll?
I can see it.
I bet it's a
And-
number 1 through 4.
It is a 4. Guys.
Wow.
Auspicious.
Yeah, auspicious
Good
start.
luck.
I'm also going to show off these dice again because they're mildly up my alley. These are the Haunted Mansion dice that I got
Ooh.
that were granted
Oh,
unto
that's
me by someone who's cool. As yet unidentified. Okay. So, friends, let's jump into this game. If you guys recall, also not everyone was here for we had some people out one week and that other week. So, sort of a recap of what's been going on over winter break. Basically, some of the students went in shorthanded into the elevator after summoning more characters. They had an encounter with a living being, which kind of freaked everyone out because they were like, I thought this place was just like made up crystal people we could kill without, regard for anything. Some people, even after attacking said flesh and blood person, kind of still feel that way. Other people were like, no, this is a problem. We may not be able to do this. So the point is, they came out. They also realized that there are too many people. Lauren, what's going on?
I just realized that I hadn't changed my name.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I should have warned you that we were going
You are
live.
not my keeper, in spite of how I tell you.
In spite of all evidence to the contrary.
In any event, the next week, the students who were present decided to start focusing on a different goal altogether rather than going into the elevator. They decided to focus on creating a location that all these people could live in. They basically were thinking, if we can summon them, maybe we can summon more places. And kind of somewhat improbably, based largely on a combination of in-game and out-of-game knowledge of what things would have like floor plans in the book, which I had to honor that. The group was able to create Course Court, the full 4-story mansion from the the Murder by Murder series. The setting called Murder by Murder. The main fixture of that location is that it can house a huge number of characters. There are 18 sumptuous bedrooms, 3 of which are like super nice suites, and then there's numerous other kind of like servants' quarters, but also there's just rooms where weirder creatures can hang out. And I will also mention, guys, it's going to get very complicated when we build our characters, and eventually you'll probably have builds ready to go, so we'll just work through this as we go. But just so you're aware, I have filled in a little bit more of the information about Course Court, which you can find on the spreadsheet. And I'll actually put the spreadsheet.
Whoa, that is
chat.
A big capacity.
It is 100. The capacity is 100, and what that means is it can house. And people were asking this question. It can actually support, like food is generated for that many people each day. So the kitchens are sort of magically restocked in kind of a cool way. Also, every character base there generates 1 additional power for anyone who's like using them. So kind of having such comfort gives you a little extra thing. It also comes with an item called the Tarrasque d'Avignon, and that item is now listed on the Conjured Items tab. And of course, Dan is just driving forward with item research, even though I haven't fully set it up yet. So they're going to be trying to get Maisie the doll from Top Flight ASAP. So they're really on pace to do that sooner than I'm ready for. But so it goes. So in any event, you guys have created Course Court, which is super cool. And the sort of the characters seem to have taken to going there. But then over the last week, thinking about sort of the implications of this, you were focusing some on trying to find more lore masters. You do have 2 lore masters. Oh, I haven't revealed this on stream yet either, but this is the display of you guys in the front, and then all the conjured people by sort of rarity tier, basically going back. As you all have spent this week looking into lore masters, looking into also kind of by dint of whatever you've been looking into other locations, and you have actually unlocked another location, which will be revealed in a moment. But at this time, we are going to sort of say that we are, I think, today is the first day of classes back. I think that's what we said. So classes have now resumed, so suddenly you're all much busier, but nevertheless, tonight, you are all gathering at Hampstead Hall. You've all been in and out all week, maybe helping the characters get settled. But we will sort of have you arriving at Hampstead Hall and sort of discussing if you're going to... this is kind of a half in character, half out of character. There is only 1 character available for summoning right now.
Bring him in.
You can bring him in. His name is Arthur the Driver. He is from Murder by Murder. He gives you benefits to driving, which as of yet is not something you think... You have not encountered a driving scenario in that purple world where you'd have power on you. But if you wanted it, he would be a person to bring it. You could spend 200 of your inspiration to bring him in, or you guys could hold off on that if you don't care about him. But at this point, it is no longer a necessity that you bring everybody in. Do as you want.
So I feel like that implies that we can summon vehicles as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it have to be, like, for example, okay, we have seen the Top Flight, like, jet.
Yeah.
What was it called?
Top Gun?
I forget. Yes, the Top Gun.
Yeah.
We have seen that.
Mm-hmm.
But...
Yeah, Frankie's read all about Top Guns.
All about
just
it.
because it's, like, so obvious, could we, like, summon a tune car, even though we never saw one, but there's clearly an existence of it.
I think things do exist, sure. I will also just mention, not to just continue propping up a thing that not everyone necessarily wants, but, like, guys, if you're looking for a pilot, just look no further than Jacket Girl, because she can fly. And if you're an old man, she can fly you to the moon. Actually, she can fly anyone much further than that. It's very interstellar. So, I guess, yes, this first question is, would you like to bring Arthur the driver into the game, as you guys discussed? Because we did notice last week, upon summoning that massive location, you did expend a huge amount of inspiration to do that. It almost kind of momentarily put you in the red, but then you generated some that day and you were okay. So do you want to bring in Arthur the driver?
I think
Bring
it's
him in.
fine.
Why not? The more the merrier.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then what if we need inspiration for later?
We got 2,000.
We got over
We get
2,000 in a week. I think we'll be fine.
You did get over 2,000 in a week. You really did. The inspiration is you can really generate a lot of inspiration. So I guess in that case, if you guys do decide to summon, there's you, working class dude. That's Arthur the driver. He's just a guy. He's got scrapes on his face on account of he was in a car crash. He's a driver. The only thing he did in the game was crash a car. Anyway,
I'm talking about.
but he's
Yeah,
sort
it sounds like a good driver.
of, so
He was so injured that he didn't realize he wasn't actually tied up
yep.
and could have gotten away the entire time.
In any event, that is an accurate assessment of Arthur. So we will say that at this time, as you guys
Is he in
come
the same state of mind? Is he like,
No, he
half
seems
concussed?
compos mentis
Okay.
at this point. He's his default state, rather than the
oh, with
injured
cuts
state.
on his face?
He's got cuts on his face, so you know
Okay.
who he is. But
Okay.
he's like, oh yeah, this seems like a fancy library or something. I'm just a humble guy. I live on Gin Island. I don't know much about this sort of place, whatever. If no one engages with him, he'll just be interrogated by Professor Davies, and he's being asked many questions. Mo also does mention to you, though, as he sort of brings you together, says another one of those like this whole bookshelf showed up, and it's got all these pages about that, and he kind of turns to Connor about that noir book that you were reading. I don't know if it's so at this point, this is a bookshelf that comes complete with a location. I guess theoretically I could allow you to, because this comes with inspiration, so if you really didn't care about getting another location, you could, I guess, just take the inspiration out of it and not get a location. But I mean, guys, come on, that's lame.
Bring it in.
Bring it in. So as you open this next location, you once again fixate your minds and sort of kind of like focus on conjuring another place the way that those of you who were here last time did for Course Court. Upon doing so, you all have a brief flash of things in a very like stark, monochromatic, shadowy light. Bright and dark, kind of, very high contrast. But then, as you open your eyes, you are still just standing there in one of the rooms of Hampstead Hall. And once again, you hear a ding out at the elevator. I should mention that because of Course Court's existence, Hampstead Hall is much quieter once again. Though occasionally characters sort of come out here and interact just with this world. For the most part, they seem perfectly happy hanging out in Course Court, so you can go there to talk to them, or you can ask them to come here, things like this. But right now, there's just a few people are around.
And how do we go there to talk to them? Sorry.
Excellent. Yes. So to go there, the elevator is now here permanently, and there's a button for Course Court. Well, it's once you get in the elevator, you see it on the thing. There's Course Court. But if you guys go, you hear the elevator has just arrived. It is
But
standing
we
there.
can't go there and go into the thing, right? Because we couldn't last week.
That was, I'll tell you what, Callie, make a, analyze roll on that. An analyze / let Philip correct a thing he made not clear.
2 2s and 3 7s.
Okay, well, 3 7s? With patterns and repetition in it. Okay, well, cool. So basically, Callie, with your your brain that doesn't even need the assistance of fictional characters, you rather quickly realize that the reason that you were unable to do what you did last time is that if you guys choose to do a bunch of research in the library, that kind of like takes up the energy that you could have expended to go to another place. It's sort of like during this game, basically you conjured such a huge thing that seemed to have used up a lot of the energy. I'm actually gonna use that as a question. Nova, you were the only person who noticed something last week when you were in Course Court. Is that something that you think you would have shared like with Callie in the past week? Is that something you think we would have like brought up again? Or is that just a thing where you're like, oh, weird, purple in the wallpaper, all good, no big deal?
No, I would have shared it because that's when I was like asking people if they noticed anything.
Understood. So
yeah.
yes, so Callie, especially realizing that though Course Court does not appear sort of like purple and crystalline, according to Nova, it is like that at the seams. That makes you think perhaps there's some connection of the kind of energy that's being expended. And as such, it wasn't so much that you can't go to more location at once, it was that by conjuring such a huge thing, that cut off your ability to go to that crazier place, which so far, as you know, is called the Pocket, or a Pocket. But as the six of you go to the elevator, Professor Davies is talking to the that poor gentleman back there. I'll say, Wednesday is waiting for you, because she's always there to help. I'm here to help you, miss. She just steps up right behind Medina, as always. Hello, miss. I thought that you would be here around this time. I didn't want to miss you in case there was anything you required, or anyone else.
I'm doing so good.
Would anyone like me to braid their hair while we wait?
Okay.
No. Stop.
She goes up behind Callie and immediately starts braiding her hair. So Professor Davies, he kind of seems intrigued that you've summoned another place, but I think he maybe even gets on the elevator briefly and realizes it won't move with him and just steps off. But those of you who step onto the elevator notice a new button kind of there with Course Court. There is still a blank button, and that's the one you have pressed to go to that purple plane. But this one reads, Reputable Farm and Supply and Agricultural Services and Sons.
Yeah, I do remember that one.
It's very long. The text kind of like bunches, up there. So it is, once again, that's Reputable Farm and Supply and Agricultural Services and Sons. It should be noticed that the first and third ands are ampersands, and the middle one is not. Also, there is a comma between services and the ampersand sons. So that's there.
Can we get that dropped in chat just so I can get a visual on that?
I can actually. I can put that into chat for you. That's as simple as Command V. I know those of you who don't use Macs would say Control V, but listen.
Does that mean if we've summoned a general store, do we have to spend money at it, or would they just give us stuff?
A good question, and one you can probably only determine by visiting it. You don't have to visit it.
I mean, I want this question answered.
Yeah, I guess we should go.
Yeah, 2 new buttons.
All right, so as you all climb aboard the elevator, hit the button for Reputable Farm and Supply and Agricultural Services and Sons. You are jostled, I don't remember, I think you're jostled upwards, and after a few moments, the doors open, and you seem to be looking at, it's actually odd because, and sorry if this is triggering for you, KJ, there is no color at all in the room. It is totally black and white.
No. Are we in black and white?
No, you are not. You're completely colored as you step out.
We step out of the elevator.
You step out of the elevator, you are still in color. But
wow.
this space is completely in black and white. Does anyone, I know that Nova does, but does anybody else who maybe is here from other times have a look of 4 study dice or better? It's under your vitality, the pink column.
It'd be good if I had my sheet up.
It might be helpful. So we'll say that Nova and Frankie, if you have it as well, why don't you both make another look roll as you step into this area? Everybody else, you're kind of just like seeing it like, whoa, weird. And basically what you see is a rather crowded, cramped, it's just agricultural supplies. It's like hoes and rakes and feed. What do we got, Nova?
One match of threes, dialectic.
Threes, a
I also
dialectic.
have threes.
Threes, both of you, and you're kind of being logical, and it's about truth and analyzing and understanding. I think that both of you do notice that as you step in, though this place is only in black and white for a few moments, you do see the odd glimmer of purple before it's almost like the walls like form and take their final form. It's not a very large space. It's certainly nowhere near as big as Course Court was. And you have not entered into the front door. You've kind of come out of like, it's like on the sign it just says utility closet. So you've kind of just stepped out of utility closet. And there's like a counter. There's a telephone kind of behind the counter. There's a door, a glass door leading out to what looks like a street in a little rural town. That's all you see. You get the sense that there seems to be a lot of agricultural tools which anyone could just sort of take from here and use. So no, you don't have to spend any money on this stuff. You also, with a little bit of looking around, discover there are a couple of vending machines that will regenerate enough soda and packaged snacks and other super processed 1940s food to support 10 characters. That seems
Is there a malt machine in this shop?
No, you would need to summon like Donut Resuscitate, or even the diner that's like 2 doors down from this shop. They would have one.
I can't just walk 2 doors down to the diner.
Would you like to, I mean, you haven't read the book, but if you'd like to investigate the front door, you can open the front door and step out on the sidewalk, but you can't, like, there seems to kind of just be like a boundary on the sidewalk. There's you haven't summoned that place. All you've summoned is reputable farm and supply and agricultural services and sons.
So if we summon that place, would that be a whole different floor? Or would they be one floor and we could walk from one to the other?
Very good question.
That is not going to get answered tonight. Yeah, got it.
Yeah, I mean, that might be, well, at present, yeah, you're not sure. Maybe there is some way to travel between locations within a setting without using the elevator. That seems logical. But for now, you guys are just in here. You guys can grab a soda from the machine. It tastes kind of flat and dead because there's no color here. But other than that, you have another location. It also strikes you that characters who are based here could like bring any, like if you kind of like located a character in this space, they could bring any of this equipment with them to other places. They also will gain some knowledge in monochromatic farming practices and general agriculture. So yeah, that is what you've learned about this location.
Great.
Well, it's about that time. We should probably be getting back.
I agree. At least we have an overflow place for extra characters, so.
You agree?
Yeah. There's nothing really here. Not even color. So.
That's great news.
Yeah.
So you
As
guys
we leave, I'm just gonna try taking. I'm curious. I'm just gonna tell you like a little something. Like I just want to take like a small thing and see if like I can take it out of the elevator.
Absolutely. What do you want to take?
I mean, like, what's like? Is there like a little like jar or something, or like a little like just something that's like black and white that
Sure.
I can like.
You want to take I mean, just say a piece of farm equipment.
I'll take a little trowel.
Trowel. Perfect. You grab a trowel. There's a black and white trowel. You get on the elevator. The trowel is still in your hand, and it's just completely black and white.
Okay.
It looks like a weird prop. Where you guys want to go? You want to go to Course Court and check in on everybody, or just want to go back to the library?
Let's go to Course Court.
Great.
Sure.
You go to Course Court, those of you who haven't visited yet, although you might have. You think you would have popped in there.
Absolutely not.
Understood. So for the first time, for Doug and Frankie, for the first time, you kind of ride up once again, and the doors open, and you see this beautiful grand hall. It's as if the elevator opens at the front doors of this fancy hall. In the hall, sexy AM FM radio is just like dancing, like swaying and like sipping from like a little like cup, which the straws, everything about the vibe of it is weird, and you do see like the two fairies are kind of like swirling around her, and you might catch more steel going. Yeah, I don't know. It's not. That wasn't a straw before I get. Don't worry about it. And she's like, I'm not worried about anything. So point being, they're hanging out there. Wednesday Line actually accompanied you to that other place, but said nothing. But so she's just in the elevator with you, and she says, "Would you like me to summon anyone for you, miss?" I've just been braiding Miss Callie's hair, miss. Don't worry about me.
No. Well, does anybody want to talk to anyone?
We bring any new folks in last time?
Oh, did we ever?
You did. You brought a few new people last time. When you were not here, if you say that, in fact, this booming cosmic voice says, "I am summoned!" And the Astromancer, whose face is stars, and she has a ray gun with a crystal and a magic staff with a crystal, and she wears a dress, but also a like a jetpack and like oxygen tank. She'll fly over to you guys.
DJ3, I get the sense that the people we summoned last week you'd bully, but for different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
I would never.
There is also, and then also kind of like, you guys see, like, there's like a little shaking on like a door at the end. Actually, this space is too big, you don't see that, but DJ3, after a few moments, just like some like utility closet opens, and this incredibly gaunt guy kind of just comes walking out of it, and he's upsetting looking. He's not.
Oh,
you don't love him.
I don't.
And he just kind of says, he just walks over and just is staring. But the Astromancer lands before you and says, "I have the power galactic!" And she's just super galaxy-like. So that's who came last week. Also a Shadow Elf of the Umbral Court. You don't see her at present. But the Astromancer sort of comes down and says, "This existence is strange, but not the strangest I've ever experienced in the cosmos."
Is there an echo, or did she do that?
No, there is an echo, and it's weird because like when she speaks, you guys can almost see like comet bursts. And Frankie, here, when you've seen the Astromancer in the comics, there's a very common thing in comics, and it's like she really like fits the vibe of it. Like her speech bubbles are different. She's got a different font, different color. Like in cool Star Wars comics, Darth Vader's bubbles are black and his text is white to show that he sounds different. So like that's the vibe. But hers is like some weird font. Anyway, the point is, she's got a different vibe, but she is one of the lore masters. She's one of two lore masters you have, the other being Mr. Rawlings. So Doug and Frankie, you guys can meet her. You can meet, she will like touch your hand with that staff, and it kind of glow. It feels like there's like a weird like warmth to it. The interior man kind of just comes over, and he's just ready to. It's very nice to meet you.
I'll grab Frankie's hand, which I'm assuming you're still looking at it, and push her away from the interior man.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. Am I
You're,
interfering?
You're not interfering. You're just incredibly creepy, and you can keep some.
Why were
space.
you in the closet?
I just like being on the inside.
That's such a weird thing to say to a group of primarily women.
Everyone else, they picked the fancy bedrooms upstairs. Morsteel's like, "No, I didn't want. Only one thing you do in bedrooms. Definitely not sleep." And he says, he'll sort of say, "They all picked nice bedrooms, but I just like a little closet here or there." And actually at this, Jesus Christ, I hate everything about everything. At this point, yeah, go ahead, Medina.
What do you do? What is it? Don't show. Do not show. But why do you keep saying that? Tell with your words. Don't touch anyone. Don't do anything.
What?
Understood. You're wondering about my power.
Yeah,
Sure.
because I'm wondering how. You know what? I'm trying to be nice.
Well,
What do you do?
some people don't really think of me as a very good guy. I can.
Can't imagine why.
I can go into things, feel what it's like inside them.
That. I'm assuming people as well, but not in a sexual way.
That's accurate. Thanks for understanding.
Well, you're welcome. Do you hear their thoughts?
Yeah. And in fact, as he sort of describes this, he is very good at fighting. He has very good, damage, but if you are controlling him, which I think Frankie would, because Tatiana Temple keeps telling you to take him, when you deal damage, you can, instead of dealing damage to the person, you can deal no damage and gain interior insight, which basically means you learn all their stats, all their abilities, all their everything they can do.
Interesting.
You can't actually go inside people. I didn't give him that ability. You can't do the thing where you start talking out from inside their ear, which is very upsetting. Point.
I don't like that.
But he kind of says this, and in fact, at this point, Wednesday will say, would you like to know where everyone is staying, miss?
I'm so sorry. I always forget that you are there.
Miss Callie,
It scares me.
I've done braiding your hair, but if you'd like for me to unbraid it and rebraid it, you just say the word.
Do we have time for that?
I don't think so.
No, it's fine then.
I
No.
always have time for you, Miss Callie. She pulls out a little notebook. Contrary to the belief of many I've worked with, I do know how to read and write. Would you like to know what rooms all the rest of them are staying in, miss?
Actually, if we could get a list to take with us, that would be great.
I have written you a list. It is in my hand.
Thank you.
Would you like to make certain that you can read my hand, miss?
Actually, yes, because who knows in this day and age.
She pulls the list out and very carefully, she sees the interior man and kind of just tears it out and then closes the book and hands you the sheet. It is in a very spindly hand, but very legible.
Okay.
And she basically has everyone listed. It just says you can if you're not going to look at it now, if you're going to analyze it later, you can go and do that. But she says, "All right. Is there anything else, miss? Would you like would you like some buns?"
Actually, you know what? Those were great. Frankie, did you try them last time?
No, but I'm kind of hungry.
Yeah, they're really good.
I took the liberty of preparing some fresh honey buns.
Thank you.
One moment, and she kind of does this and then heads off to the kitchen.
They are actually really good.
You ate them on purpose, then?
Yeah.
They were delicious!
It was upsetting that they were good, but yeah, they were good.
She
There's
comes
a lot
out.
of innuendo
She
going
comes
along
out.
with these buns.
She comes out with the buns and presents them to everyone. They're very. I will say that they are, like she's split them all down the middle. They are very plump and kind of gluteal in appearance. They do look like little butts. So she just lets everyone.
Thank you. We did.
I'll take one.
As if that wasn't clear.
Yeah. So she'll hand out the honey buns, and you guys can eat those. Connor, you still, for the record, have the trowel.
Still black and white.
Still black and white.
Right.
But she's just Wednesday's there to serve. Tatiana has not made an appearance. You haven't seen the Umbral Queen. You hear Jumpin' Gianna. She's shouting about how somebody doesn't know how to play dice. You do hear some singing, Doug. Ellie Wap is singing from somewhere. Nova, you don't hear Longevous Mons, but you do feel like it's a little colder Like if you've wandered around the hall at all, like back towards the kitchen, it seems to get a little colder towards there. Rawlings and Sister Mercy you've seen no sight of.
Oh.
I will look at Nesta and be like, you notice a certain couple missing?
At Nova?
Nova. Did I say Nesta?
Yep.
You did.
Blue moon and the inspiration there. I've been reading of that.
Sure. So, what do you guys want to do?
So did we learn anything now that we have a lore master here?
I was just gonna say maybe we should talk to Star Girl there. Star Woman. I'm sorry.
Astromancer.
The Astromancer.
Astromancer. Lady.
You could ask for you could certainly ask her some questions. She's happy.
I would like to move actually Wednesday, where is Tatiana?
Oh, I can go and fetch her for her if you'd like,
Nope.
miss. I would assume she's up in her room. I would assume she's up in Hades, miss.
She's
Or
not
she
in
was
hell.
telling.
She's in the room. Okay,
The room
got
on
it.
the top floor is Hades, miss.
That's right. Yes.
It has
okay.
a beautiful view out the back, miss.
Thank you.
A view of what?
The ocean, sir.
I don't think it's real.
Are there windows in
Yeah.
where we are?
She can lead you back to the... Would you like to see the sea, sir?
I can look later.
Yes, sir.
Wednesday, can you please let me know if Tatiana leaves her room discreetly?
I understand, miss.
Thank you.
She, you see her go over. Actually, wait, when, Medina, what's your look?
2.
2. I will say that Nova and Frankie, no roll required. You guys notice that Wednesday wanders over to the fairy that is not more steel, who every third word she said has been, it's a lot, but she goes over to the other fairy, to the wellness sprite, and just sort of like whispers something to her. And I will mention that both of you know that they actually both have the staff tag, for whatever that's worth. But the wellness sprite seems to begin to drift upstairs, after quietly saying back. Nova and Frankie, do either of you have listen as well?
3. So close.
4.
You have 4. So Nova, you notice, and Frankie, you and Nova both see the wellness sprite as she's heading off. She kind of goes like this to Wednesday, and Nova, you hear her very quietly saying, "Be well," and then she flutters upstairs.
So is Wednesday basically like the head of staff now?
Make a read person roll, I guess.
Oh, what?
I think it's called read person. It should be under will. Or if you'd rather, you could do detect vibe.
They're the same thing.
Then also you could just decline it if you don't. If it's
Decline. Yes.
decline. You're not sure. It seems like a logical enough assumption.
Okay.
Okay, Astromancer, can you come with us? And let's remember that we're in a library, so, you know, just bring it down a little bit.
I understand. I can speak less loudly.
We
But
can also just
still.
stay and talk in here if you would rather not regulate your volume.
I am happy to regulate my volume. The cosmos is as loud as a star and as quiet as the vacuum.
Thank you. I just
Stop
think, and I'll lean in to Callie and say, I just think that we should talk with her out of earshot of Tatiana.
Okay.
What do you... Tatiana's great.
Well, she's got her uses, but they're from the same world, and may have differing views on who may be the most helpful. For example, Tatiana thinks Interior Man is incredibly helpful, which I can see the value of that, but she also says that the heroes are not very useful. Which...
As you say that, you see the Interior Man just like over at like over at like the staircase, and there's like the banister railings, and he's just like putting his hand between the railings, taking about.
So
putting his hand between the railings.
Okay, Astromancer, come on. And I'll like walk to the elevator and just see if anybody follows.
Allie will follow, but she's staring at the Interior Man like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
Is he all right?
He just likes being in things.
So, you guys, as you guys head upstairs,
Should we get him like a dog crate?
A few things that, oh god, he would love to be folded up and put in a crate. Oh my god,
Sounds
that'd be
like
exquisite for him.
Something.
So as you guys head upstairs, I'm gonna mention a few things as you hit the button for, Hampstead Hall, which is another, I guess I should say that button's there as well now. You hit the button to return to Hampstead Hall. As you step out, Connor, you are still holding a trowel that is black and white. Frankie, you're still holding a honey bun that still looks and smells delicious. And tastes if you try it.
You're not going to eat that?
I'm just gonna take it home and investigate first, but then I probably will.
Okay.
They're really good.
You want to just get a second one then, because they are good, and then you can investigate the second one.
But I'll just pocket it.
Okay.
What if I like set the trowel down and let go of it, does it disappear or?
Nope.
Right.
It's there.
Cool.
You can set it down, seems to be a thing. Connor, I'll tell you what, do an analyze roll.
What is my analyze? I believe it's 4. Yes, it is 4.
Cool.
Ooh, 666, baby.
Connor, you realize that, so okay, it seems to be here, seems to sit there. The next thing to try would be the front door out of Hampstead Hall.
Right, yeah.
You head that way.
I will hold off because I do want to hear. I want to learn from the Astromancer, but.
So the
we'll do that in a separate way.
the Astromancer is here, ready to do whatever, to talk to you about anything.
So are you and Tatiana friends?
We are not friends. Tatiana Temple is a foe of Top Flight, my allies on Earth.
Tell me about Top Flight.
Top Flight is a superhero team. They are Earth's greatest defenders. They have had many incarnations. The current one is led by Meridian, the strongest hero of all.
Stronger than you?
Yes, physically significantly stronger, and though I command the power galactic, I believe that Meridian in a head-to-head contest could potentially thwart even me.
Interesting. And what about the others? It's a team?
A team of heroes, and Frankie, you know all these names. If you
Oh, yes.
if you want to share some names of Top Flight members, you can, but you don't have to.
Jessica.
Mm-hmm.
The other one.
The other guy. But she basically just she'll give you the rundown. It seems to be a pretty standard like comic book cosmology, like all good comic book stuff, and it's a real mashup. You got magic, you got sci-fi, you got gods, you got all sorts of stuff. You got people. You got one lady who just trained to be the world's greatest ninja, because she's rich. Shinobi Red is her name.
Captain Eldritch sounds like a douche.
You got a guy called Captain Eldritch. Actually, make a read person.
Actually, wait, yeah, which Captain Eldritch
is there a Captain Eldritch?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we got to research this.
There are multiple Captain Eldritches. Yes, Whisper is what Captain Eldritch Whisper is one version, but there is a Captain Eldritch Dustin Howell for sure.
2 8s.
Yeah, I guess he would seem maybe like. I'll phrase it like, knowledge the past supposition. I'll phrase it like this. One of these guys named Captain Eldritch, Dustin Howell, seems like a guy you could understand certain kind of girls being super into. Especially if they're girls who are like, I don't know, like really dramatic, Really.
Fire validation.
Yeah, really. Oh my god, yes, really need validation. Easily suckered in is another term for those kinds of girls.
Leave me alone.
Who's V? This is a hypothetical.
V.
Anyway, yes. So you, but she explains that it is a superhero universe. So there are multiple power sources. There's people who have mutated, have spontaneously done stuff. It's kind of all sorts of stuff, all sort of sits together, and it also is very complicated. But yes, go ahead.
So is Top Flight as like me, Dan, and KJ know it, or is it different?
It's kind of a thing where there's like a lot of things happening at once, where elements of your game are there, like Captain Eldritch as he was in your game exists. The characters of Armament, V, Lumen, they do exist as Top Flight West.
Okay.
But the other characters exist as Top Flight. None of them have the deceased tag, as far as you can tell from what she's saying. Yeah. But, and yet, Tatiana Temple, who's supposed to be stuck out of time, and this Captain Eldritch guy, this is stuff you don't know as characters, but, like, basically everyone who's appeared is there, whether they should have been retconned away or not.
How much compared to a lore master would you get from, like, reading all of the Top Flight comics?
You'd get a great deal, but I think the lore masters, like, understand it from within, so they can kind of provide a more, like, first-hand knowledge. Also, all the comics have yet to be discovered, which is why you haven't, like, unlocked all the characters. But, like, were you to find all the... Because I think for you, a lot of it is you're bringing your knowledge of, like, DC and Marvel comics, just, like, how general comics work, and applying it to this, because it seems to use the same logic.
Okay.
Yeah. But,
Okay,
yes,
so-
the Astromancer, so yeah, but more questions for her. She's very happy to...
Well, I'll turn to the group and I'll say, I mean, having superheroes may be a plus, depending on what we're facing. So we might want to consider looking into one of those.
I mean, at the very least, we I mean, not always, but generally know, like, which side of the moral spectrum they will fall on.
I will say that universe, more than others, and Astromancer will sort of speak to this, there are hero and villain is a tag that is going to most frequently come up in the Top Flight universe. It will also be applied in other ones, but for the most part, hero and villain is a very Top Flight superhero, binary way of looking at it. You're not going to see quite as many heroes and villains in Grey in the Dark, for example, because everyone's
What is
kind of...
Justin Howell, Mark?
You have to...
Douchebag.
Oh, well... The Astromancer does not know him very well, but I will let her attempt.
Austin Tool.
Villain.
Probably.
She will,
Now.
She will say,
depending on when it is.
she will say, I have known many iterations of Captain Eldritch. You see, Captain Eldritch holds the power Eldritch. That is a term that was used many times. Whereas I hold the power Galactic. These are connected but distinct sources of energy. The Captain Eldritch you speak of, Dustin Howell, has neither hero nor villain tag applied to him. This is true of many from his organization, the Guild of Secrets.
Is it because they're morally ambiguous, or?
Make a... do you have a read vibe under your will? Is that a thing you're okay at? Or anybody have a... Or detect vibe. Yeah, anybody else have detect vibe high? If anybody can make a detect vibe roll based on what she said.
What does high mean?
Typically I say like 3 or 4 is where you're getting to kind of,
I've got a 3.
Oh, 4.
2 6s. Great. You can make so anyone can make a roll, but Medina kind of leading it, she gets the impression that yes, that's exactly what she's sort of indicating. The Guild of Secrets. Like the Guild of Secrets was not a part of Flight Infinity. It wasn't a part of the Top Flight stuff. It was like this other organization. They weren't bad guys, but they were just kind of doing weird magical stuff rather than being hands-on
I 2
hits.
7s if that adds anything additional.
I think this would be the same. Yeah. You're getting the same energy. A set of 2 gives you the same vibe. Yeah. That this Guild of Secrets she speaks of seems to be neither good or neither hero nor villain in that capital letter sort of way.
Okay, so not them.
About the arcane abomination thing.
Ah, the arcane abomination. That is something that was created by one version of Captain Eldritch, as far as I know. I was not on Earth at the time, but much was spoken about it. Arcane abominations seem to be violations of the normal rules. They alter things utterly.
Hate that.
What did he alter? Or it? It? He? She?
See, the thing is, I don't know that she would know too much specifically about it. I'll give her one.
I'm trying very hard not to meta any knowledge here.
You've heard of the fleecing schemester. She has heard of the fleecing schemester. She will say, my understanding is the fleecing schemester was a familiar servant that Captain Eldritch attempted to create. Something that would be different or more powerful, something that would violate the rules, and instead formed this arcane abomination with incredibly destructive abilities. I know there's a lot of threads here. I'll lay this out here, and then if anybody does whatever, I'll know. Currently, you guys are talking to a space person. From an untapped setting in space is the other place you've heard about arcane abominations.
And where are you from?
Oh, actually, hold on. Oh, shoot, I don't have it open on my computer.
Wait, was that the question you wanted us to ask? Okay.
No, I was
never
asking
mind.
if you'd want to... I'm just trying to remind you that in another... bless you. In another thing, the other place you've learned about arcane abominations is also a space thing. So, if you wanted to let her know there's like another galactic universe or whatever, that might be, a thing.
Sure.
Or don't. But she will, as far as the fleecing seamster, she doesn't know the specific details of him. She just knows he was created, trying to be a thing. She heard problems happened, but she was off-world at the time. If you bring up the other arcane abomination, she says she'll just say she's very interested in hearing more about that galactic world. If there's an alternate reality utterly different than our own, but perhaps they still have the power galactic.
I mean,
We'll bring somebody in to help with that.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. Maybe we should look into talk to the professor, see what we're even doing.
Yeah.
I don't know. The professor doesn't seem well.
Yeah, he smelled a little boozy last time.
Ooh, damn. Hold on. Okay. Let's see.
He's just trying to come to grips with the fact that the younger generation's outpacing him.
Oh, sweet. I just rolled 3 6s. So that means none of you hear him
Devil.
like walking out from around the corner where he heard all of this. But after a few moments, you hear footsteps in the professor's voice loudly from like down the hall. Like, well, anyway, I'm very happy that you're here. Perhaps some of the other characters can bring you out, Arthur, I think. And it seems that maybe you'll recognize this house. And you're like, oh, yes, sir, I do know Cole's Court. And you guys hear this voice kind of from like down the hallway, and Professor Davy sort of stops at the door and says, oh, hello. Oh, you're talking to one of the other visitors. I was just learning about cars from Arthur here. How's everything going?
Good, Professor. We just checked out the new place we summoned. It's a old-timey agricultural goods store.
Black and white.
I just kind of pick up the trowel and flip it.
Fascinating. Oh wow. Well, you're doing great work. I'm so glad you're bringing more characters and more places in, and perhaps someday I can experience it too.
Okay, speaking of the work that we're doing, what's the end game here? Why are we doing?
I would simply urge you all. Believe me, you'll be getting plenty of college credit for this. It's the knowledge itself. Knowledge is its own reward, isn't it?
And the grade.
But
Well,
yeah.
of course.
Knowledge is definitely great, Professor, but knowledge for knowledge's sake alone, like we need to apply the knowledge.
Yeah, we can't really use it anyway.
Yeah, also we almost killed a man. Like a real man, not a fictional one.
Well, that is regrettable, but
He's fine.
I think I certainly don't want anyone to get hurt. I should make that very clear. But I do think we'd be remiss if we didn't explore this as much as possible. You understand the magic of what you're doing. It's incredible. It's a miracle.
It's very
that you're
cool.
performing.
It's very cool, but with every great fantasy and great mystery and great whatever this is, there's a battle, there's a fight, there's a bad guy. What's going on? And why us?
I wish I knew that. Believe me, I've wondered that many times. But in any case, just please stick with me a little longer. Let's try to. You said you were looking for more lore masters. I see you're speaking to one. Have we spoken to? Have we had the astromancer speak to Mr. Rawlings? Have we compared notes between these different worlds?
That's what I had planned on doing, but apparently he's having sex at the moment, and I don't think I want to interrupt that.
What? Oh,
We haven't confirmed that.
Well,
Wow.
You know.
Arthur goes, "Oh my goodness!" In mixed company, they speak of such things. He says, "Well, no rush on it." But the astromancer says, "Do you think he's doing that with the radio? Because I don't think he is. She was dancing when we left."
No, the purple armed nun.
Oh, the purple-armed nun does not seem to care for him. She has been angry with him all. Comets, exploding novas. Weak.
Love to hear more about that later. But, Professor, I can't help but notice that you are very aggressively trying to get us to discover more and summon
Of course,
more.
I don't want to pressure you if you don't want to keep
Knowledge
summoning.
can't be the end game.
Well,
I mean, we're at school.
I'm a professor. It truly is the end game. But I understand what you're saying. I know. But we right now we are still discovering data. I don't want to pressure anyone. So if you're feeling like we're going too quickly, we can of course slow down. But I do really think we're on the cusp of something here.
The cusp of what?
Discoveries.
What are you trying to find?
That's the wonderful thing about knowledge. We don't know. We'll discover what we. It's an unknown.
Medina, this is what academia is like.
Ooh, but what is the minimum requirement for an A?
Is there a rubric or a syllabus?
He kind of just looks at you and says, "Well, I don't want to make anyone uncomfortable or feel pressured, but as long as you keep summoning characters and locations and bringing about items such as this, you'll all be getting A's. Believe me, you'll be getting special.
Oh, that sounds like a pass-fail.
No. It's an A. It's an A under a transcript.
Okay.
4.0.
But if there's only one criteria, and you can either meet or not meet it.
I won't fail you if you're putting in due diligence in. If I don't want to sound like pressure, but if you simply keep researching but don't summon more characters, perhaps that would be a B, but also maybe not because if the research is good. The point is I don't want to.
And
make
what
you
if
feel
we
pressured.
just stop?
Well,
That's the fail.
I wouldn't fail you, but I think it would probably be. I would recommend you not participate in the folklore studies department. That's. I mean,
We've come across a lot of very suspicious things, arcane abominations, locations that just randomly appear. What if all of this and bringing it here throws off the balance of our reality or existence?
Oh, dang.
Have you taken that into consideration?
I'm not worried about that. Nothing we've done has changed anything outside the walls of this hall.
So far.
Well,
Miss Lake, if you're not comfortable with this program, I understand. I know you are pre-law, and that sort of scholarship for its own sake is is a foreign concept to you, but
Yeah, Medina, if this is too much for you to handle, you can always switch programs.
She cannot. It's too
I
late to
am-
drop the class now.
I am perfectly comfortable doing this. I would just like to know the parameters of whatever experiment we're conducting here, and that's not unreasonable.
It's not an experiment. We're gathering information. That's all it is. You're still gathering information.
What happened? Speaking of information, what happened to that book that Rawlings took? Did he learn anything?
Oh, you should ask him. I haven't heard myself. I haven't been able to get to him. He's been in the other place since then. You know, I sure wish I could go into that house. But I just want to urge you all. Also, if it's too much, take a week off. We don't have to keep summoning immediately. I think it's important and fascinating, and we're learning amazing things. But we can slow down if you'd rather get a better picture.
Is there anyone in particular that you would like to explore, or that you would like us to summon?
No. Well, if you're able to explore the classics, the Greek myth, a Roman myth, that might be good.
That's where the other guy was from.
I'm so sorry. I'm choking on that bun that I had earlier. I'm just glaring at DJ.
You need some
That was
water
a while
there?
ago. You really should chew properly.
Yeah. I'm so sorry, Professor. I'm gonna go get. Does anybody else want some water? We're gonna go get some water.
The professor kind of just says, like, I don't want anyone to feel pressure, but believe me, you're all doing great. Is what I'm saying. Just keep up the good work. But if it's too much, by all means, back off. I'm always here. And he kind of nods several times and leads out. And he says, anyway, Arthur, let's talk about food. What kind of food do you like to eat? And he just kind of moves him off into another room. You notice Mo is sort of staying out in the main room, having sort of watched all that. Just kind of, Mo looks very exasperated, the actual librarian here. But you are all now alone. The professor's left you.
Can I make sure he's out of earshot?
Mm-hmm.
Do I have to roll for that, or?
If you're just watching for him to be out of earshot, you can, yeah.
Okay. You have a good point, DJ. And I think that might be the crux of all of this. And for those of y'all who weren't here, yeah, the guy that was real, he came from a world where they seemed to be. And he was. We're not going to get into
Real. He didn't shatter and turn into a bunch of cool stuff we could take.
Yeah.
He just started to bleed and passed out.
Where did
He
he come
shot lightning from a stick. That's not
He summoned
Real.
the power of Thor? Zeus?
Zeus.
He didn't like Thor.
That's
I
right.
didn't like Odin. I feel like you guys aren't paying attention. It's really dangerous in there. You really should.
I don't remember what he thought about Spider-Man, though.
Okay, but my point is maybe he has a connection to those people, and I don't know, it just doesn't sit right with me.
Maybe if we research whoever he was with, we could steal his power.
We
We stole his book.
We got his book, and he did surrender that area to us.
Maybe we should go back, see if it's different.
Maybe we should.
Let's go check it out and see if there's anything that any more knowledge, any more weird pagans to defeat.
Yeah, we should take people with us. I don't think, Frankie, that you should put the interior man in your
Interior.
brain. Yeah.
That's what he bought.
If you want, your body, your choice, but
I don't think it is if you take him along.
Oh wait,
I
so
don't know,
we
these-
are definitely going then? Is that what's happening?
I think we should.
Don't you want to be as strong as you can be?
No.
No.
No, DJ, no. We're not making her take the interior man. I will say last time I did have more steel, and she helped quite a bit with my sword fighting abilities, and I'll turn to Connor and say, which are very good. However,
I never said anything to the contrary about your
I
ability to got you
just
into this in university.
want you to know that I can kick your ass with a sword.
Great.
And even more so with more steel. So I would
So-
just like to make a plea
I'm so
to
happy for you.
be able to take more steel with me.
Okay.
To be
Philip,
able
I have
to
a
help
question.
defend the group.
Great. Yes, please ask a question.
So, this is so with Jumpin' Gianna.
Yo.
So while I'm a loose cannon, it says I can't use any facets granted by characters who are not part of the Matzo family.
Correct. So what that really, and I should actually clarify that, it's you can't use the any special abilities they grant.
Right, but the passive dice.
The passive dice are still on there. You just can't do any stuff they give you the ability to do.
That's exactly what I was going to ask.
Yeah,
yes.
that's how that should be worded.
Fantastic, thank you.
I'll change it to active abilities. Look at that. The game design on the fly.
Thank you.
All right. Now, I'm going to mention the following. I think if you guys want to go in there, we definitely will. I would think now that everyone's here and you have characters sort of summoned, I think it would be good for you guys to discuss maybe who, yes, kind of what Medina was doing. Because last time, 3 of you went in and took everybody. And you guys were super powerful, but you don't have, a million characters. So, each of you has 3 slots, although technically you'll have 4 slots. 1 has to be from the same, place as others. So,
I believe I have an infinity amount of slots. Thank you very much.
So yes, provided they are Shadow Elves. So, which characters would which people like to take of the available characters? We can do.
If no one minds, I'm going to go ahead and take the 3 Shadow Elves.
That seems fair.
Yep.
If I'm going to stick with Jumpin' Gianna, I would like to take the Interior Man.
Interesting.
Bitch.
Do we know why the woman who
He
keeps
exists?
bossing me
No.
around keeps telling me to take the other one? Like, will there be repercussions if I don't? Does anyone know anything about this?
I will say you don't know about repercussions, but you do know that Tatiana Temple's power is entirely around having villains. So basically, whatever he gives you, if you have her too, it is doubled. So what the Interior Man gives to you is you get 1 lore on unarmed combat rolls and 1 lore die on intimidation rolls. With her, you get 2 lore die on each of those. So that's 2 dice you could change to whatever you want.
Would that double her unarmed would that make her unarmed go from 2d6 to 4d6?
It would, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she can expend the 2 power and deal no damage instead, carrying double interior insight against the target. And then for every other villain Tatiana has, she gets 5 more power on top of it. Tatiana Temple is if you have a team of villains, Tatiana Temple is nasty as hell.
And do our original people stay with us?
I would say you guys can really pick whoever you want of stuff, but I would recommend we should talk it out before anyone's trying to switch the original ones you got, just because that's kind of who you had. So Connor would like the Interior Man.
Well, if you don't want to take the Interior, I know obviously the Interior Man would pair well with Tatiana Temple, Frankie, but if you don't want to take the Interior Man, I will take the Interior Man.
Okay. But please don't tell her it was my idea.
I wouldn't. It was my idea.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
Connor, be careful with that one. That guy's ugh.
Yeah, he's creepy as hell.
Oh.
Okay, DJ3, you're going to take Ellibog
Yep.
and Sexy AMFM Radio again.
I'll take the wellness sprite for sure.
Okay.
Just because of the staff guest.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great
Great.
one for you to do. Yes, for sure.
And then I can see who others want to take, and then
Okay.
I'm happy with whatever.
So basically,
I
Medina
think the other
wants-
two I had was the AM/FM and Hopper last time.
Right. Okay.
I wanted to discuss that. Last time I took in Rawlings, but if he's mid-coitus, I really don't want to yank him out of that. So I would like to take Hopper instead, because he actually pairs kind of well with one of the Blood Elves.
I really.
But I'm good not to do that. But I'm still probably not yanking Rawlings out of sex, regardless of what happens here.
They can just resume when we get back.
I don't think you understand. No. So first of all, you're mid-coitus. You're yanked out. Now you're upset at the person that yanked you out. And we're coming back in 3 minutes? Is she supposed to just lay there waiting? No, she's probably going to be gone. So he's going to
She's
come.
probably
back.
coming
I just
too.
feel like it's not really a good situation
From
for
the way
anyone
that she
involved.
was
when they do
acting,
that.
she will absolutely still be waiting there, habit and all, just ready to
That's
go.
an upsetting thought. We should probably get her some therapy if that's the case. That's really not nothing to do.
I mean, like, she's already dead. What's therapy gonna do?
A lot.
Well, maybe.
Who would the others like to take? Frankie.
Who does More Steel belong to?
Nobody.
More
She's
Steel
a free
is,
being.
More Steel is from Wellness Beyond the Rich Light, which is where Doug's characters are from, but he already has a wellness sprite, so he's...
Oh, so I can borrow her?
Sure.
Thank you.
There's no... Yeah, I mean, you guys... Yeah. For Nova, you have Longevous Mons. He's just basically giving you, like, he's just like a crazy, rock man. Other sort of bigger ticket people you guys could take right now include Sister Mercy, who they were just talking about, the nun. She lets you attack with a mist arm. And then there is Rawlings, if no one's gonna take Rawlings, and there is the Astromancer who's standing here with you right now.
If nobody wants Sister Mercy, I will take her. But if somebody wants to take her, because she's pretty powerful. But More Steel is
So
better.
far, Frankie and Nova have no characters.
I have Tatiana.
Well, you have your base. You haven't taken any additional characters.
Well, if
Frankie, you should take Rawlings.
Sister
because you have
Mercy,
the
then I
additional
can probably
dodge.
still take Rawlings because at the very least.
Come again?
Rawlings, you should take Rawlings to help you stay out of danger a little bit more.
Is he a villain?
No.
The only villain is the Interior Man.
Would you say he's a hero?
Seems like he's a nerd.
He's no hero.
Oh,
Nerds can be heroes,
Guys.
Connor.
He's no hero.
Callie, did you want to take him?
No. No, not this time. No. Yes, you can definitely take him.
Make a read person roll.
Okay.
It's 3 for you. You got a match. Callie definitely would love to take him, but she doesn't want to step on your toes. Sorry to tell you what you're feeling, but pretty sure that's what's going on.
Then
I prefer
you
Hopper
should-
this time around.
You should take Rawlings, and I will. I'll take anyone.
Well, Doug, are you taking Hopper?
I was gonna let Frankie and Nova get some folks.
Okay.
Nova, anybody sound good to you? I know this, guys, and I know this is like a weird element of this game. And eventually I think you guys will have like builds ready to go and that'll be a part of it. But I think a part of what goes on is just like, like determining kind of like power sets and things.
Mm-hmm.
And the best distribution of people. Oh my gosh, wait, why am I not doing it this way? Okay. Yes, any questions for Nova or Frankie or any of that stuff? Doug has her. And
What? Does anyone think it's a bad idea if I take the Astromancer? That's a hero.
Yeah.
You know what? Go ahead and take Rawlings. I mean, take the Ashmancer if you want, but go ahead and take Rawlings because I have 3. Like, just because I have a million slots, I'm not going to take Rawlings.
I think you should take her, but just make sure that she doesn't yell while she's present in your mind. That might be a lot.
Okay, yeah, I'll figure out how to not let that happen.
All right, so Connor will take the Interior Man. Callie takes 2 Shadow Elves.
Are you moving Lego people around?
I don't know what you're asking me. I don't understand the question. So who's taking the Astromancer?
Frankie.
I think Frankie was.
Frankie.
Yeah.
Frankie will take the Astromancer.
So there's still Rawlings, Mercy.
It sounds
radio
Like, it sounds like
and Hopper.
Rawlings is. Okay. Oh, so you are not claiming the radio.
If someone else wants her, otherwise I'll take her.
So because it sounds like you're taking Rawlings and the Astromancer.
Oh well, I mean, this polite business. I will take the Astromancer, and then if no one else wants to take Rawlings, I definitely will.
Here are characters, Nova, who no one's claimed as of yet. You have sexy AM FM radio, who is a very sexy person, also an AM FM radio. You have Hopper, who's like a weird, devilish
Oh yeah,
rabbit.
I love Hopper.
You have Sister Mercy and Rawlings. I will actually say, interestingly, about the characters in question, all 4 of the characters I just said are from your domain. It's literally everyone from where you're from.
Great.
In terms of things other people
2
are
are
talking
deceased.
about, and 2 are deceased. That is true. Yeah. I'll also mention that I think the only one of these, there'd been some talk of somebody maybe wanting Rawlings and some talk of people wanting Hopper, but you haven't taken anybody. So who do you want?
Isn't Rawlings deceased? Right?
Rawlings
Yep.
is deceased. Would you like both ghosts? Do you want Rawlings and Sister
Yeah.
Mercy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, good luck with that. Didn't I have them both in my head?
All right. So you have Rawlings and Sister Mercy.
I only want ghosts.
And then so Hopper and Sexy AM FM radio are currently unclaimed. But at this point, everyone has at least like 2
I'll take the
characters.
radio back then.
You'll take radio back. All right. I don't think people are fighting you for her.
Yeah, she doesn't really do much,
And
but
then
TJ just vibes the whole time.
that's what we do, man. We just vibe out.
and then for Hopper, I think Callie and Nova were the only people I heard expressing any interest in Hopper.
I think
Callie?
Holly, do you want to take Hopper?
I mean,
Callie
I
has
have
just
3. So if you want to,
No, you both have 3. You both have 3. Both of you
Oh.
have 3.
I guess I would like him, but.
take him.
Okay.
Okay.
Take him. Go
Okay.
for it.
So at present,
I have to change this.
yeah, and that now we have to now that is a design flaw of this game. So here's the loadout at present.
I've been doing this the whole fucking time.
Wait.
So you have Wednesday and Moorsteel.
Uh-huh.
Doug has Ellie Bog, Wellness Sprite, Sexy AM FM. Frankie has Tatiana and the Astromancer. Haha, that's a fun pairing. Callie has 3 Shadow Elves and a little bunny in the back. Nova has Lonchivus, Rawlings, Sister Mercy, and Connor has the Interior Man and Jumpin' Gianna.
I have another slot, don't I?
You're out of characters. Oh wait, sorry.
There's Arthur.
Anybody want Arthur?
I'll take him.
All right.
He knows Wednesday. Maybe they'll be pals.
He does know Wednesday, that's true. Okay, now, ordinarily, what would happen here is that you guys, we would rebuild your sheet, so all these characters are sort of on it. Since it's already getting close to 9 o'clock, I think what I might want to do is, I'm gonna let you guys go in. You're gonna have these characters. Those of you who've thrown them together, great. I will help people with what their build, what additional dice you'd get from who you have outside of that, but I don't think we're gonna pause and do a full build like we did 2 weeks ago, if that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
That's the best part.
All right, fair enough.
Watching us spreadsheets.
Oh god, spreadsheet. This game is just called Spreadsheet, the RPG.
Yeah.
So, but at this point, I think we'll maybe try to oh, you know what?
Quick question, clarification question. For the Shadow Elf of the Umbral Court, she gets 1 power if there's other members of the court present. Is it per, or is it
That is
just
one.
one?
It's just 1 in
Okay.
total. But to that point, all of you guys on whatever build sheet you're doing, Felicia, I'll help with yours in just a second. You all, however, should know that however many characters you're bringing, you get +1 power for all of them because they're all staying in the house.
Oh.
No.
So you guys do actually get a good bit of power. You also, and again, like, this is too much stuff to be dealing with now. Like, everybody has tags now because I added all these tags. So there's a bunch of other little passive things people with your tags get. So right now we're probably not going to deal with this. Somehow this game is still in like
Beta.
still in testing mode. But
Early access.
But yeah, it's still early access. So yeah, basically that's the current status of things.
Well, I'm ready to go.
Okay, cool.
Me too.
All right. Nova's sheet. Does Nova have a build one version? Yes,
Yeah, I
she
have a
does.
build one.
You have a build one, and all it has on is
Yeah.
launch response. Okay, perfect. So I
Yeah.
will give you. I'm gonna just copy paste the other two on there, and then we'll be good to go. So I lied when I said that we weren't gonna spreadsheet, guys. It was a
Yes!
it was a lie.
It doesn't get better than
Lies,
spreadsheeting.
Damn lies and statistics. Okay. Why would it be that way? Okay. Say stuff in character for a minute while I do this.
Connor, you want to fight?
No, I don't want to fight right before I'm going to go in there.
And I-
Violence isn't always the answer.
Did you want to take your?
The voices in my head are probably going to start telling me otherwise.
Do you want to take your thing outside?
Yes,
Before
while
we
we're
go-
waiting, I will take the trowel outside the library and see what happens.
Doesn't
I'm gonna grab
doesn't work.
my swords.
The trowel kind of does like that, like force fieldy thing where you sort of step through and it just kind of like you go and it stays and just kind of clatters on the ground. Like if
What if I try and I hold it right in front of me and I try and walk through the door?
that hurts.
Okay, I will
Yeah.
stop doing that.
You would stop doing that. If you try to throw it, it just kind of bounces back. Seems to be some kind of like, it just doesn't seem to go out there. Much the way the characters couldn't pass through the portal
Yeah,
of
so
the
we
door.
should start researching thresholds.
Well, I guess that is a thing you could research. Thresholds.
Oh, speaking of, Connor, do you have the tag sexy research that you said we could share?
I do, yeah. Let's go over it after we go in here.
Okay.
Have you met the radio?
Me?
Yeah.
No, is she an actual radio?
Oh yes, and I mean you did see her dancing when you went down there. But
No. She's in a Halloween costume.
Yeah, it's a
there was a
costume.
girl just
Really?
dancing in a
Oh.
Halloween costume because that's
Yeah.
she's just the sexy AM FM radio.
Oh.
I'm very sexy and I'm FM radio. Want to play with my knobs? Huh?
Do they work?
The knob?
The knobs.
I mean, define
They work.
They do what they do what
They do what she wants them to do.
they do what she wants them to do. I'll be honest, they do what I would never mind. Yes, they work, but they can change the volume, but again, maybe not the way we're thinking. Anyway, so as you guys are basically sort of loaded up here, yeah, you're ready to you can go through if you want.
Shall we?
But
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Cool.
I want to bring a stick and some pucks this time, and the helmet.
Understood. Yeah, you're going in with your more fully. I get it. I understand. Yes, you can do that. All right, then. Yeah, you're. Okay. Okay, cool. I've added the stats to your stuff there, Nova. Nova, you now
Got it.
go to 17 max, and Frankie, you go to 17 max as well. Cool. All right, so as build one, you guys get on the elevator. Fun times. You hit the button, the blank button. The elevator rises, and once again, the doors open, and you see yourself looking at that strange purple plane.
No light, no beacon of light this time.
No beacon of light this time. The plane looks largely as you saw it last. Although, you can actually hear, and as soon as you guys step off, you guys kind of brought those characters with you, and suddenly you do hear them all in your head. I don't know that I'll always do a full obligatory argument of stuff, But Tatiana Temple will say into your head, darling, where is the interior man? I was hoping to combine powers with him. And then on the other side of your mind, it says, do not attack this young woman. She wanted to balance out your evil with the galactic power of good.
That's not what I want. I just it was random.
In your head, Connor, you simply hear, oh, now that's more like it.
Oh
Connor.
my god.
KJ is freaking out.
I'm so upset.
Callie, in your head, you hear the Umbral Queen saying, so we're back in this place, how fascinating. And I'm so glad that we have these servants with me. And you hear one voice say, yes, miss, and the other voice goes, I wouldn't know about servant, more someone who, respects what you're about. And then you hear another voice saying, also you have me, scion of darkness.
Oh, I miss him.
We shall conquer this place. And I shall be free again.
I don't know that I ever heard you speak before this moment.
I cannot speak when a bunny, but rest assured, my power is no less in that form.
Doug did not let me know what you sound like. Fine.
Doug, speaking of Doug, in your mind, you just
It's
hear,
vibing out.
You just hear she's just doing just la 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 la, and then you hear off key la 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 yeah, and then and then occasionally you hear be well. So yeah, your head is something.
That is something.
In your head, Medina, you hear, hello, miss.
Hi.
Miss Temple did not emerge from her room.
Thank you.
Then you hear a
For
voice go,
continuing
what?
to-
Where am I? Am I in a... Wait, what's happening right now? Oh, hello,
You're-
Arthur.
Long story short, you're in my head. We're gonna work together to potentially fight evil. I
Would-
don't know what's going on.
Arthur,
but I need
Arthur.
your... Okay.
Would you be more comfortable if I braid your mind hair?
What? What?
And then you hear more still going, braid my mind? Well, that would have been a double time if it was... my mind clit if that was a... In any event, from there, the last mind we'll go into is yours, Nova. You feel that beautiful cold taking hold of your body, and you hear the voice of the mountain. Yes, I am eternal. And then you hear, oh my gosh, this is so fascinating. Am I sharing mental space with the Dark Lord? Oh, this is amazing. I grovel before you, Dark Lord. I'm so excited. And give it a rest, Rawlings. This is just, you are just so needy. Oh, I didn't even realize you were here, Sister Mercy. It's good to see you again. I know you've been avoiding me the past week. Yes. Well, I suppose such respite from your foolishness and your single-mindedness could not last long. The Lord wants to test me by putting me near you again. Yes, well, I so would love to talk to you more if it's... I do not wish to speak to you of anything involving dread. But, all right. Anywho, I like how when you guys enter here, there's got to be a few minutes of what everyone hears in their heads.
Yeah.
But what is, you're all standing there now. Good to go.
Do we see anything has the surrounding terrain change? Do we step out? Anything seem apparent that we is drawing our attention, or that
So the terrain seems largely the same, but closer, you don't see any lights or anything, but you do hear some voices talking not too far from where you are. And kind of those of you who have look kind of getting into the 4-5 zone, you actually can
If you
spot
have hella
that there-
dark vision.
Oh, and with your hella dark vision, especially since it's all your shadows are in the shadows there. You can kind of glance over, and you do see that there are a few small sort of purple crystalline forms, like chattering together about something, maybe 100 feet from you, kind of down a little rise.
Guys, based on what has happened the last 2 times we've come in here, I suggest we go towards the direction of the crystalline beings, because that makes me feel better.
Sure. I will act as point, though, and take the lead with a sword drawn,
All right.
just in case.
Can you even see?
Not really, but I'm just assuming that I'll walk straight and you will tell me to stop.
I will act as middle.
So as you guys kind of and Tatiana Temple says, "Oh, darling, well, we need to have a conversation once I'm back in a more corporeal form, all right?"
Mm-hmm.
And Astromancer says, "Don't let her bully you. She is the queen of lies. She is the Cleopatra of crime." Oh my god, Astromancer, I've never heard you talk this way. Be still my heart. You guys head toward the voices, and you soon find...
Callie will actually sneak ahead a little bit.
Okay. Make a stealth roll, then. Or a sneak roll, whatever the hell I call it. It's under coordination, I would imagine.
Mini. Oh, shit. That was 2 6s, and I know the rest didn't match.
2 6s. Okay, cool. All right. Well... With
You should
2
get a-
6s, you certainly are not observed. You manage to... It's all about space and shape. Yeah, you take the best angle. And you come upon sort of these, like... There's 3 little sort of almost goblin-shaped things. Kind of more just like, whatever, little shaped. Kind of just made of crystals. And they're just saying, like... you kind of hear some voices saying,
Well, what makes it so that you get to be the queen? Maybe I should be the queen. Or, hear me out, I could be the queen. Oh, that's preposterous. Absolutely not. I'd rather she get to be the queen than you be the queen. Wow, what, can I be the king? No, the same thing. But you can be the one who brings us drinks. Oh, yeah.
Callie will head back and just kind of like report. There's 3 crystal goblins over there arguing about who will be queen and who will be the servant. I don't know if it's a play or if it's a real thing.
I don't know. Let's go ask him.
The Umbral Queen in your mind, Callie says, I am the queen. Go, let it be known.
Okay, if you insist. So, are we going up to them though?
Yeah. Are you guys heading
Yeah,
over?
let's
Okay,
walk.
cool. So
Yeah.
you guys walk up and
We'll
they're
walk
saying,
towards them.
Well, maybe I could.
and then one of them sort of like sees everyone appearing, these sort of figures, and goes, "Ah, balls.
Sorry. Hello. We are humble travelers. We are stranded. We are just wandering, formed of the dream stuff. We humbly beseech passage.
They're all sort of like bowing and trying to back away from you guys.
No trouble.
But what dream stuff? And also, the Umbral Queen says she is the queen and not you guys.
See, there's already a queen, you idiot. I knew we were being overheard. You didn't know we were being overheard. You didn't even know we weren't alone here.
And there's just, more and more anger and remonstration between them.
I would like to refer back to the first half of my what dream stuff?
Oh, we are such stuff as dreams are made of.
And they sort of gesture at their purple crystalline.
See, I told you it wasn't real.
The last guy was not made of the same stuff as these guys.
Do you not dream of people? There are not people in your dreams?
Wait,
Yes, and I have stabbed people in my dreams. And
There you go.
It was not the same as what happened before.
Because you didn't stab them. We just gave them a
Because they
concussion,
were made of
baby.
dreams.
please don't stab anyone.
We're
I've
not
never
going to
actually
stab
made
you.
contact
No.
when I fight back in a dream. That's so interesting that you guys are able.
Who are you? What are you? Can you be more specific?
We are dreamlings.
What's your name?
Oh, yep. Let's see.
Oh, I was assuming it would be Greek themed, but guess not.
I am Uba. O-U-B-A. If we use the same lettering.
We do. Strangely.
Well, if this is a realm of dreams, then perhaps our consciousness are projecting something on here.
Uba just became a favorite in the chat.
And then the next one is named,
I am Edow.
IDOW is her name. Yeah.
Uba and Edow. That's so
Uba and Edow. And the third one is named, his name is Dev.
And I am Dev, but also, maybe I'm lying about my name in case you're gonna use it to curse me to something.
Oh.
We should.
You guys
tell
may-
you.
Where are you from?
We are of the dreaming. We are
Is
dreamlings.
that the name of this area, the Dreaming?
Oh, well, no, yes, well, this is a pocket of the Dreamlands.
The dream?
Allie's taking notes.
Me
What-
too.
What is a dreamland?
Well,
And Uba's like,
okay, and okay, so, okay, imagine a land, and imagine that it's dreams.
Right, but like good dreams or bad dreams?
Well, oh, are you talking about nightmare realms? Are you talking about Dreadlands?
Is a Dreamland the opposite of a Dreadland?
Well,
let's see if any of these people have any intelligence. I'll roll 3 times to see if I can get a match.
Oh man.
I get a match at the end. The last one, Dev goes,
I think it's more like a subset.
Which, like a square and a rectangle? Which one is a square and which one's the rectangle?
Yeah, hey, remind me of what is a square and a rectangle. I have very incomplete, understanding. Shapes.
It's like how
Got it.
how something may be part of a bigger section. Like
all
A may be
rectangles,
B,
all
but
squares
B
are
may not be A.
rectangles, but not all rectangles are squares.
so rectangles are righty sidesies, and then squares are samey righty sidesies.
Yeah,
Yes.
those.
Yeah.
Those. Yeah, they get it. So are you not gonna kill us?
no, we're not going to kill you.
Because people like you who come here, they usually kill us to take the inspiration that we hold.
We have no reason to kill you.
Well, that's
You've been
good.
killed.
Also, wait. How many other people have you seen come through here, and how recently?
Oh, I mean, well, we were just formed, but we have knowledge of the dream.
Wait, do you have knowledge of the people who have been here before who killed you?
I mean, we have what? No, we're just formed. We've never been killed. Please don't kill us.
No,
Uba says,
what?
yes, please do not kill us. We don't want to die.
No, wait. Also, wait. We never answered the square rectangle thing. Which one's which?
Dev's like,
Dreamlands, Dreadlands.
and then
Okay.
they're looking to you, Nova.
They're new people, so that means they haven't been here.
Yes. We are of the Dreamlands, so we know of the Dreamlands, but also we are just formed.
Right, but like depending on the story, sometimes things die and regenerate and retain knowledge of their prior.
Oh,
life.
sure, yeah, that's it. That's what's going on.
Okay, so
So you
who,
do remember.
who killed you before?
No, we're new.
Right, but you have. Okay, so not that knowledge. General knowledge you have, but not specific knowledge.
Edow steps forward and goes,
Who is general knowledge?
That's,
Is this a horrible warlord?
no,
Oh, dear.
no,
Oh.
it's not.
Tatiana
But,
says, Tatiana Temple says, tell this one that you'll kill her unless she swears allegiance to you. Well, I didn't think you would, but I sort of hoped you would. But know that I am disappointed.
Oh. Excuse me. Pardon me.
The Astromech says, hold on! You don't need to do that. Imagine me sitting on your shoulder with white wings as an angel. And Tatiana Temple sits upon your other shoulder with red horns as a demon. Oh, please, red horns are so overrated. Also, I'd be a devil, darling. They don't like it when you confuse them.
But it might be grade dependent. In which case, we might kill you.
Oh,
right?
dear. Oh, dear.
But maybe
Oh, dear.
not. Also.
Okay. Grade
Right.
dependent? What does this mean? Oh dear.
Well, we just need your help.
Oh, okay.
And if you help us, then
Then you won't kill us?
then we will not kill you.
Oh,
Maybe.
So we must help you or we'll be killed.
Well,
No, we're not threatening you to help us.
No, we were never gonna
request
kill
you help
you.
us, but
Well,
either way,
Frankie
we will let
kinda
you
did.
go.
But we
then
also, for science,
it's
maybe we should
majority
do one?
rules. So,
No, Doug.
just to see what happens.
No.
They're not real.
oh, but they're people things, crystal people things,
Dreamlings.
dreamlings. That's adorable.
It's a science experiment. You take down one, and then you see what if it comes back next time.
No, I like them.
Well, I mean, the guy we took down 2 times ago didn't come back.
Oh.
Okay, I've played video games before. Are there things here that we can like hit that will give us, what did you say,
Them.
inspiration
Oh.
that aren't talking,
Oh, you want
that aren't dreamlings?
you want to fight something for inspiration?
Well, not necessarily. Can we just like, are there boxes that you like jump up and punch or something? Or
I don't know about that. I mean, you could always fight a dream beast.
What's a dream beast?
huh?
Uba looks kind of like are these people? It's a beast made out of dreams?
Where's the dream beast?
Well, keep talking about a dream beast and one will appear, I'm sure.
Oh, dream beast.
So it's like a kraken.
Like Beetlejuice, you say Dream Beast 3
Doug.
times.
Dream beast.
Stop it, please.
Dream
Please
beast.
stop. No.
How
I
many
will be,
times
like,
have you said it?
scanning the area
3.
with my sword.
After a few moments, you do hear a rumbling of hooves as if for the distance. And the dreamlings go, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. And they kind of just like hide kind of like behind some rocks. And sure enough, kind of charging up at you on 4 legs is this large, lumbering, massive snouted beast-like thing that's coming for you all. What would you like to do?
Hello.
We're fighting a Dream Beast.
Can I hide? With
I
the
would like to
dreamlings?
ask the dreamlings how do we kill it?
Why do you want to kill the beast but not them?
The dream, I guess just Uba at this point will just look out and be like,
Wait, you don't know how I mean, I assumed you people know how to fight. Do you not know how to can you not defeat a
oh dear, and they're just hiding back down.
Okay, well I'll use my sword. I guess. I mean, if it's a dream, can it be killed by physical things?
What if it's a nice dream beast?
I mean, the last crystalline thing could be killed by physical things.
Point taken, Kelly.
I believe it was just killed by a fist to the face, even. So,
Yes.
Yeah, from
But
Connor.
was it a dreamling?
but they're made of the same thing.
Well,
Is the
Probably just more hits to the face than the guy.
So, what does everyone want to do? There's a dream beast coming at you.
I will brace with my
Okay.
sword.
Okay.
Like getting ready to engage with it.
So, and I'll also sort of mention, so the way this system works, it's like you don't have to call like the full action, just like this will sort of represent like, sort of like a full thing of combat. So like, yeah, your strategy is you're just waiting for it to come and you'll attack as soon as it gets in range.
Yeah.
Is anyone attacking it from range? People who could do that include, I believe the Astromancer has the ability to, let's look at the power there. You could send the Force of the Stars at this thing if you wanted to from range. And Nova, you could also shoot some mist at it if you
Or
wanted
the
to.
mist, yeah.
Okay, so you guys can do that. Callie?
So it's not like D&D where just having a thing makes it magic, right? Like if I hit with a sword, it's not magic because it's not a magical sword.
Correct. Now, I know some of you have spellcasters and those things actually... I haven't figured out spells in this game yet. Sorry, guys. We're building this. We
Just
go.
because Hopper's
Yes.
thing says add a d4 to magic-based damage rolls. So I'm
So
just wondering...
basically, Hopper, let's see, is anyone that you have on your sheet, is Hopper a, sorry. I'll tell you what, if you wanted to, I would let you, the Umbral Queen is... They have enough magic. If you want to make a general magic attack, I would let you, like, sort of just kind of throw a bolt of, like, shadowy magic at them. That's not on the sheet. I will add it. So that basically, if you did that, you would do, like, a base of, like, a d8 of damage, and then you'd also do 4 of hellfire damage on top of it.
Okay.
Okay. So it seems like Doug, Connor, and Medina... Or, Doug, are you going to shoot from a distance?
Yeah, we'll try that.
All right, so
I'll
basically...
go off to the side and...
Doug, Frankie, Nova, and Callie are all going to be attacking from a distance.
I want to sneak first and go, like, flank. Like, I want to spread.
Okay. You guys have time. This thing is lumbering towards you all. So as, like, Connor and Medina are ready to take it at the thing, Nova, Frankie, Doug, and Callie, you guys can make some longer ranged attack rolls. So I will walk people through this. Yours is Power Galactic. Oh my god, it's so fucking high. Jesus Christ, this game is already broken. You get to roll 7 dice, and one of them you get to re-roll after. It's like a lore die for you.
Okay.
For Nova, you get to roll your missed arm. You get to roll 5 dice and change one after the fact to whatever you want. Doug, you know what you're doing. Callie, yours would just be, I think it'll probably, their magic would be, just use your intellect as a base for it for now. So just make a standard intellect roll for SD. Go ahead, all of you, make your rolls against this creature.
We know the creature is attacking us for sure.
It
Or is
seems to
just-
be coming. It seems to be like charging at all of you. Yes.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
Alrighty.
A lore die is just 1 extra d8, right?
A lore die is an extra d8, but you can change it to whatever you want. It basically means you can change any. So did you roll 7 total?
Yes.
Cool. So now pick any die and change it to any other die.
Oh, I don't have to roll it.
Yeah, you don't roll it. You just change it to whatever you want. Yikes. Callie,
I want to re-roll.
the whole thing?
Yeah.
You spend 3. Nova, how'd you do?
I got 2 pairs.
2 pairs. Awesome.
Trying to decide which one I want to make.
Which one you'll go with? Okay, great.
Yeah.
Well, Frankie got 4 of a kind, which is terrifying.
Wow.
Heck yeah.
Doug,
3 7s.
I
3
got
7s. Okay, great.
3 5s, 2 2s, 2 6s.
3 5s, 2 2s, 2 6s. Because this is only a single thing sort of coming, you're just gonna choose one. You're kind of, no one was saying they're making multiple, like doing multiple actions, so just pick the top one basically for that.
Okay.
Doug, at that point, you can roll since you're bringing pucks, go ahead and roll a d6. Callie, roll a d8 and a d4. Tell you what, Doug, roll you had 3 total matches?
Yeah.
Tell you what, roll a d6 and a d4. We'll say that one of those other ones you could have snapped off one more shot. Could you roll a d12, which you don't have over there? So here's a fun one. Oh, it's galactic. And Nova, let's see what Missed Arms say. I think I wrote it someplace. Oh, they have to roll endurance, actually. Wait.
Oh.
Okay. This thing has whatever. I fail utterly, so could you roll a d8?
Okay.
And actually roll again, because you had 4. That's preposterous. Okay.
That's a 3.
So 10 plus 13. Callie, what'd you have?
Does it matter which one's which?
Nope.
It's a 3 and a 4.
So Callie, so basically Nova, as basically a 3 to 4, so that's 7, so that's 3, so that's 20. Doug, what did you have on yours?
7.
7. Okay, so basically, kind of Connor and Medina, as you guys get in, you suddenly sort of see that Nova, like, extends her arm, and in your mind, you hear Sister Mercy saying, like, by the mist, you will stay back. And you hear Rawlings go, oh, the power that you have, it's amazing. She's like, shut up, Rawlings. Callie, you hear the Umbral Queen saying, by the power of shadow, and Hopper saying, and of hell. Doug, in your mind, you just hear like, I'm a girl dancing in the New York City, coming around as the rain is falling. Down, baby, down, baby. And then Sexy AMFAO was like, does anyone know where my bra is? And Frankie, what you hear in your mind is, for a brief moment, like you feel this power surging, and Tatiana Temple, it's like you can, like, you hear her almost like silently going, oh, well, go ahead and get on with it if you must. And then you kind of hear the Astromancer, the power galactic! And the first beam that comes out is this just like beam of like cosmic energy shooting out of Frankie's fingers, striking this beast on one side, kind of chipping away a lot of whatever kind of like force and power it has. The beam from Nova, that mist hits it on another side. That actually seems to like slow it slightly, as these gnashing teeth are like looking up in rage. At that point, this beam of shadowy energy hits it in the face, and it sort of burns around it. And then these two merciless pucks slam into the side of it, kind of like, bashing it up more. But it is still moving as it kind of comes to Connor and Medina. Both of you go ahead and make your unarmed attacks. So Medina, go ahead and you can do your sword.
I got 3 3s and 2 2s.
Okay, so you'll just attack with the 3s. Great.
Yeah.
Connor?
So I with my straight up roll, I rolled 2 5s, but I have 2 lore dice.
Okay.
So I'm going to change 2 more of those to 5s.
Okay, excellent. And with lore dice, you actually can do that. I think I will mention is that when you're buying extra dice, you can't change more than one to the same thing. But lore, you can be like, go for it. Perfect. So with a huge hit from them, so I guess it had 3 kind of power left.
Can I expend 2 power to gain insight against it?
Yes, because you did not do.
I'm not doing damage.
You did not do damage. Great. Then
I'm not loose cannon right now.
You're not a loose cannon. Then yes, you can. So basically, you do no damage. Instead, you gain insight into this dream beast. Whereas Medina, you just pierce it, and once again, Medina gets the death blow, which she keeps getting. It's rude, but basically, she shatters this thing, and it bursts apart into these kind of component pieces. You see some shining inspiration left behind. Connor, with your sort of attack, and you hear the interior man going like,
yeah, let's dig a little deeper.
And as like you like for a moment, you feel your hand.
I don't like it.
Like you feel like the bones of your fingers getting gaunt, and you
Absolutely
sense yourself going into this thing. Not even in a purely physical way, like in a metaphysical way. You feel yourself like stretching out through its endocrine system. You feel yourself like checking its whatever. So I'm sorry, is this too much? I will stop.
All I want to say is I want to go home, but I am home.
I know, understood. The point is, in a way that is too disturbing for me to continue describing. I really do apologize. The interior man lets you into this thing, and basically you learn that dream beasts are large, lumbering creatures. They have no abilities. They do pretty decent damage. They do a D12 if they hit you.
Okay.
They roll like 4 to hit that. Their dodge is like a 3. They're not amazing, and but they have a lot of power. They have so much, so it's just like they can just take a lot of punishment. They have power to continue, but they can't use their power to do interesting things.
Okay.
Yeah.
The endocrine system includes your teeth.
Ooh.
I hate that so much. That's the worst part of what just happened, is that I learned that.
Oh boy.
There you go. So with that, the creature is destroyed. Callie, if you want to harvest, you may.
Yes, I do. And while she does that, she will kind of stop and go, you know, after what we just saw, I do think there is something to getting the heroes that makes a lot of sense after what Frankie just did.
What?
You exploded them with a magical beat. Like it makes sense to get the heroes in terms of self-defense.
Okay.
Or in this case, aggression.
Tatiana Temple will sort of say in your mind, this girl Callie seems intelligent. She surely has to realize that villains are much better fighting it than heroes.
Okay. She's also cute.
Well, oh my god. The Astromancer says, yes, she is cute. You are all cute in your ways, and the goodness, the cuteness of the cosmos must be defended. That is the power. Galactic. And around Frankie, you see these, like, stars bursting and little things like that. So basically, you dig around. There's 45 inspiration in there. I am going to say that at this point, you're all feeling like you probably could keep going, but I think, in terms of power, but I think at this point, you're probably, like feeling that you've done some expenditures of things and maybe you want to return.
Yeah.
Is there a way to make sure that we like save this particular area? Like, if
well, damn. All right, I'm trying to wrap this up here, but
I'm
yes.
sorry.
No, that's fine. Okay, I'll tell you what. Yes, if you guys want to sort of retain places here, which is certainly done. Okay. Who here has a lot of dice for analyze? I think it's probably Callie. Connor's probably good. Give me analyze rolls, anybody. And Medina, why don't you do an analyze too? I feel like analyze has become the roll that happens so much in this game.
I'm going to spend 4 power to gain 2 extra dice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
How much do I have to spend to reroll?
It's 3, and then it's 1 for each die you want to keep.
I'm not doing the math on that, but I know I have enough.
Okay. I believe it. It's 9:30. I'm fine with that.
I got 5 ones.
5 ones.
Then if you got 5 ones, then I'm just gonna. I already got a pair, but yeah, I'm not gonna get 5.
Connor's like.
It's 5 ones in grammar. I don't know what that's.
Well, no, grammar is actually ludicrously perfect for this. Grammar is about structure, constraint, order, identity, like writing and stuff. Because as you sort of described that, as Medina's like, is there a way to lock this stuff in? And Connor's like, you know what? We could probably, Connor, like, you're getting the ideas of like, ooh, maybe our power could be used. But Callie, you kind of in this freakish way, sort of decide that you actually might be able to use your power to create things here. You could like use your power to sort of bolster an area. The role for that would be compose, create. Is anybody good on that?
I could be.
Where is it?
Got
It's under
4.
will.
Oh God.
She's got 6.
Callie is so weak-willed. Oh my
I'm
God.
sorry. Well,
I'd probably
okay,
get
if you
talking
have,
to Scientology
if
or
you've
some
got
shit.
6, so if you wanted to do that, you could expend some of your power. I think you've expended none so far, but you could expend some portion of your power to try to like create something here. But you'd have to like think of what it is you'd want to create.
Can I outsource that?
Yeah, you could ask people sort of
Outsource.
what sort of thing you'd want.
Just for does anyone have anything they want to create?
Can we just make an elevator here?
We're right by the elevator.
Yeah,
right?
you're not too far. You're like quarter
just-
mile at maximum the elevator.
I mean,
Maybe like some kind of
Maybe-
watchtower so that we can like, when we get up here, we can immediately climb up and see what's around.
Oh, if you make a watchtower, we can stay in the watchtower. That's a good idea, yeah.
Yeah, you can tell us what goes on.
Yeah, well, we'd love to be in a watchtower where dream beasts don't trample us.
could we hone? If the idea is that we're bolstering an area to kind of make it stay, could we kind of like channel that into, say, like a book, like a save book, like a save points maybe, to physically to understand what's happening?
I like the tower.
You want books? I mean,
No, and it's
Alex.
fine.
What?
So basically, you're asking for a save point.
I mean, just to like recognize that, like, okay, it's gonna stay here. Because what if we don't want a place to stay? What if we theoretically? What if we keep this place, right? And then we go do things and we burn some shit to the ground later. How about we not keep that shit we burned to the ground so we don't.
Oh, I understand. You're thinking like a video game player. This is still an RPG. The things you do happen.
Then how are we saving it? I don't understand.
I think we're saving access to it.
I think what Medina's trying to be like, let's she's yeah, Medina, are you trying to keep? Yeah, go ahead.
I want to learn more about the Dreamlands.
I think she's hoping
and I
that this
would
doesn't
revisit
change.
this. Yeah.
She doesn't want to like walk back through here next time and it's a completely different place. She's trying to like.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that our stuff that our actions would go away. I'm saying like, what if we don't like a location or we want to like get rid of it so we can shorten our walk or whatever.
Ooh.
You did roll 5 ones. I think you're thinking in a video game term that doesn't quite fit into this.
Not quite fit. It's more like
Yeah.
like a blueprint, I guess, right? So if there's a map of this place and we just take out a section later that we don't want or need anymore.
Okay. Oh, okay. How about a survey station then?
Because we're not going to always want to keep this place. I hope.
Well, we can just build on top of it then.
Yeah.
We're using our power to reconfigure it, so we can always just reconfigure it later.
Okay.
Reconfigure it.
Also, I might fail.
I believe.
Frank, yeah, I bet you can do this.
Yeah.
All right, so you're going to make a tower, but perhaps something where I would say you'll need to spend a lot of power to be able to have it something where there's any kind of degree of like you can like revert after changing things that Callie's asking for.
Okay. And does that replenish?
Your power replenishes once per hour, so you'll have it next game.
Oh yeah. Then I would like to spend it. Some.
You have 13. How much you want to spend? No, you have more than 13 actually. You have
No, I have 13.
no, you because you're looking
we're
at the
still in
you,
the
you
place.
want to click
Okay,
at
yeah.
that bottom one.
Yeah.
17. How much you want to spend?
So I need to know before I roll.
You have to say how much you're going to expend on this this kind of creative action you're undertaking.
Can we help?
Sure, you can donate some power if anybody wanted to
Donate
donate
9 power.
Donate
Yeah.
9 power. Okay.
I'll throw in 10.
Okay.
You guys.
I would, but then I'd have to do the math on my last thing.
It wouldn't have been more than 6.
Nine. I donate 9.
Okay. So that's
35.
8. Sorry, I donate 8.
you donate 8.
34.
So that's
Additional 27 coming in.
that's oh, with yours, okay. Medina, are you putting any in?
Sorry. I read something alarming just a second ago.
Oh, dear.
What am I putting in?
Are you putting in any power? Nova, do you want to put any power in? You don't have to put any power in. If you want to throw some power in, I guess now's the time.
I will throw power in.
I'll throw one in.
Okay. How much are you putting in, Medina?
5.
Okay. You're at 40. Go for it.
Just these.
6?
Yeah.
Yeah. That is 2 matches. Do you want 4 or 4 is music, just do 4. It's creative, just be 4. 4 is the right answer for create compose. All right. So, with the success and all that power put in, you do sort of watch as you guys all sort of focus, a tower begins to rise made of this purple material. You're not sure that it will have the exact effect that Callie was describing, where it can serve as like a video game style
It's fine. You
save
can just
point.
ignore what I was saying.
But it definitely seems like a place that will be it'll definitely function as like a point of reference, as a we can if we get back there, and the area around it actually sort of not really flattens, but just kind of seems to even out in certain ways, becomes a little less frantic and frenetic. The cosmos above continue whirling, and you guys, very depleted, are left with this tower standing here in this place. And Uba and Idao and Dev are like,
So you want us to go into the tower? This will be a tower for Dreamlings to just keep watch and tell you what happens?
Oh.
That'd
Yeah.
be great. Yeah, thank you.
Very well. And Uba sits forward and says, And am I the queen of this tower?
One moment. What does the Umbral Queen say to that?
No, but one of them could be the captain of the tower.
One of you can be the captain, but not the queen.
And all three of them are putting their arms up.
Dev.
Huh? Me? Me? I'm the captain? Look at me. Look at me. I'm the captain now.
Okay, how about you are the captain today?
Oh.
Tomorrow it's
Also
Uba.
Dev.
Oh.
No, and you alternate each day, so you all get a chance to be the captain.
Oh, okay.
And the Umbral
Yeah.
Queen says, "This sounds extremely democratic. I do not like the sound of this one bit."
The queen doesn't like that idea.
Well, the queen is not out here, so
She really has me there. Well, in that case, the Dreamlings enter the tower, and you guys enter the elevator. You head back. The characters all appear before you outside the elevator. You see that Sister Mercy and Rawlings appear next to each other and immediately break apart. Or actually, rather, Rawlings is like, and then she just marches away from him, and he goes, oh, and he kind of just steps to one side. Sexy AM FM radio is like, wait, were we just somewhere? That's crazy. Anyone to make out? And with that, Wednesday, just quietly from behind you, Medina says, "Great job, miss."
oh, thank you.
And Connor, you feel this hand on your shoulder.
Nope.
This kind of gaunt hand, and he just goes,
We make a pretty good team, don't you think?
and Joe Pagano says, I like him! This guy's fucking weird.
Hey, yeah. I like him. He's crazy. It's good to have a guy who freaks everyone out.
You know who always wins the fight? The crazy person wins the fight. That's who. And this guy is not crazier than me, but he's up there. And he just looks at you with these kind of those sunken eyes and just says, we can do a lot of good things together. And Tatiana says, yes, but I could do even more with you. Oh, well, we'll have to discuss this. Oh. Well. Disappointing.
You're not.
Distinctly disappointing.
You
just-
did amazing, Frankie.
She goes into the elevator, and several others kind of go in to hit the buttons. And Sexy AM FM radio is just kind of dancing. And with that, that's where we'll end tonight's... Oh yeah, go ahead, Callie.
Well, I just wanted to let you guys know that the reason the rabbit has a devil tag is because he sounds like a devil when he's in your... It's not the voice that you would expect to come out of a rabbit, and I just think everyone should know that before they start taking the rabbit.
He jumps
He's a
up.
good guy.
He jumps up on top of a stack of books and just, with his little eyes, just stares at you all.
I missed you, man.
With that, visions of honey buns dancing in our heads. That is where we'll end tonight's session. Very good job, everybody. Fun stuff. Thank you so much. Ooh, that was exciting. Man,
You
so
just got inspiration from the Dream Beast?
you got some inspiration from the Dream Beast, yes.
45, right?
You got 45 inspiration. I'll update that immediately. Easy enough to do.
Gonna use some more spreadsheeting.
I apologize. I know that, yeah, guys, and I want to actually apologize to everyone. I know we were a little under on our spreadsheet quota for tonight. We'll try to do better in the future. But that was great. Well done, everyone. You, once again, I like this game because, like, there's always, like, crazy new things. You're learning about creations you can make in that world and how you can apply power. There's a lot of ways to use your power is kind of a thing that we're getting to in this game, which I like. So join us tomorrow for Grey in the Dark at 7:30. Join us on Friday for Blood from a Stone at 7:30. And on Sunday at 7:30, we will be jumping back into Here Be Dragons. And then a week from tonight, you can come back and see all this craziness goes out. I don't know what the book fair or book fairs this week are going to be until next week. I'll have to think about that, but I'll post that by tomorrow morning and describe it in the Discord. If anybody wants to join the Discord, message me on Discord at Long Lost Lore, and I will I can add you to that if you want to participate and kind of explain the rules of it to you. So thank you all so much. This was super fun. I appreciate all of you. You're wonderful people. Such fun characters in this game. I really just, your interplay is just great. We could just never do the elevator, and it could just be the 6 of you just in class. That's all we really need. All right. Thank you all so much, everybody. This was a lot of fun. Until next time, class dismissed.